Hi guys, Candice Ayala here of CandiceAyala.com. As you know, I love upcycling, and today I'm going to show you just how easy it is to upcycle this shirt into a very cute skirt. The first thing you want to do is wash your garment and be sure to iron it. It's very important that all the creases are gone and your garment is flat. Now that we've done that, I've ironed and it's flat on my mat. I am going to line up my sides and my edges and the points of the shirt. And then I'm gonna mark where I'm going to cut for my skirt. I've already measured my recipient. So you go ahead and you measure yours and you take that measurement and you're gonna start measuring from the bottom of your shirt until you get where you need to go. So since I'm using a 3/4 of an inch elastic, I'm going to be sure to add 1 inch to the length of my skirt so that I can allocate for my elastic casing. So you want to make sure that you do that too, depending on the elastic that you use. I'm going to follow this line right here and mark it just right there. I'm going to put that aside. Then I'm going to take my ruler. I'm going to check my edges again just to make sure that they're even. And I'm going to match up my ruler line across. I'm going to mark that. And this is my cutting line. So what I'm going to do now is cut my shirt in half. Make sure you have both the top and the bottom together. And follow your line. And there you have it. This is going to be the end of your skirt. We're gonna set this aside. Don't throw this away because you can always use other parts of it for another project in the future. So our next step is attaching our waistband to our skirt. And our waistband is going to be a 2-inch wide fashion elastic. What we're going to do is we're going to lap this over about 1 inch. We're going to pin it in place so it doesn't move. I just need one big pin right here. And then I'm going to sew this down using a straight stitch. And you're going to want to change your, just check your dials. Make sure I'm going to use 2.5 length here, 3 wide. And we're going to line this, the edge of the elastic, the overlapped edge of the elastic right here onto the edge of the presser foot. And we're going to start sewing down. Remember to back stitch at the beginning. And then again at the end. And sometimes I like to go all the way up just to reinforce that stitch, especially since it's an elastic and it's going to be stretching. And there you have it. Now you have your waistband. To get the measurement for this waistband, you want to measure your recipient and minus 1 inch from that measurement, and that's going to be the measurement of your waistband. So now that we've joined our 2 edges together, we're going to want to finish this raw edge by using a zigzag stitch, and I'll show you how to get there. It is C on your selector, and you can leave the length and the width the same. And then we're gonna line up the edge of our elastic right here in the middle of the groove of the presser foot and start stitching. Back stitch a little. Continue going right along the edge. Back stitch. so it's nice and tacked down. We're gonna snip this and we're gonna do the same for the other side. We're gonna line it up, line up the edge right there in the middle. Back stitch. Okay, now that we're done securing our raw edges, we are going to attach this waistband to the skirt. To do this, we need to mark the front, the back, and the side, because that's what we're gonna be matching up with the skirt. So, I'm gonna fold my finished waistband in half. And I know where I made those seams is gonna be in the back. So right here is the front. I'm gonna mark that. And then these two are gonna be my sides. So now that I've marked my front, my back, and my sides, we are going to attach it to the shirt. Depending on where you cut, if you have like a big flap right here, I would suggest that you base that down so it doesn't move when you're sewing. So let's do that right now. My straight stitch. Change my settings back to 2.5 and 3. And I'm just gonna go like right up into the corner here, because nobody's gonna see those stitches when we sew. Just wanna do that so I'm sure that the fabric won't move once we're gathering the skirt. Okay, so now I know that's not gonna move anywhere. So I know these are my two sides and this is the front. I'm gonna fold this in half here just so I can mark my front and my back. Now that I've marked my skirt and my elastic, we're gonna match up those markings. But we're gonna do this on the wrong side of the shirt. So we're gonna turn the shirt over. And we are going to use our pins. You wanna grab your pins. I'm gonna match up my back. Our side. Our front. And the other side. Okay, so it's gonna look like this, and you'll see that there's some space between the elastic and the fabric, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna stretch here as we go along on the machine, and it's gonna even out. So for this, I'm gonna change my selector to C, because I'm using the zigzag stitch, and I'm gonna change my length to 2, and I'm gonna leave my width at 3. We're gonna position our fabric right here at the 1/8 mark under the presser foot. Remove my pin. Make sure that your fabric and your elastics all lined up together. And we're gonna do a few securing stitches right here. Back stitch a little. And then we're going to very carefully and very slowly pull the elastic so that it matches the length of our shirt. You want to hold it in the back. And you'll continue to do just like this the entire way around your garment. Back stitch at the end. Okay, and now we're done. Let's snip these threads right here. And flip it out. And remember, we sewed our elastic onto the wrong side. So when I flip, this is the inside of your garment. When I flip this out, you're gonna notice no raw edges. And I'm gonna flip it inside out. And what the elastic does is it turns down the raw edge. So when you're wearing this, you don't see any raw edges either. Okay, and we're done with our super cute skirt. Now, what you want to do when you actually sew this for yourself is you're gonna use a thread that matches the color of your elastic, so it's invisible and you don't see it. But I did that here so that we can see the contrast. For more tips and inspiration like this one, visit babylock.com.